I haven't seen our daughter since you left. To me, she's still a 12-month-old butterscotch candy with hair like George Jefferson and teeth like a hockey player every year. You send a peace treaty, disguised as a school picture, and I handle it like a mail bomb before I forward it to my mother because she's frozen in shock. And it normally takes an explosion of braids and beads to warm her heart. She doesn't understand why she doesn't get to be granny. And I would have to overdose on aspirin to cure the headache I get, trying to make her understand how she checked you, how she put you through her ringer, how she accepted you, how she taught you her macaroni and cheese recipe, and you and Anakin, how you joined hands with the legislative branch and Jedi mind tricked the judge into letting you take her grandbaby to a zip code far, far away. And I will never tell her this, but I think it's better that way. Because if I had to hear my daughter call another man daddy, then you would have to write my life in 3-word bursts, and it would sound like blunt force trauma, it would sound like guilty as charged, it would sound like death row inmate, and I always wanted my life to be a book. At least a few well-written paragraphs. But you have stolen my plots. Without that little girl, I am just an incomplete sentence that has been sentenced like a predicate felon and subjected to cruel and unusual punishment. Ever since you committed Grand Theft Daddy's little girl, I sit in solitary confinement. I don't date. Love is a four-letter word I am not grown enough to say. Kisses taste like lonely Father's Days. Sex reminds me of bad weather in family courtrooms on that day. Wow. Thunder rolled as the judge approved your request. You looked to the sky and thanked your God, and lightning dimmed the lights, and I remember thinking, is there a patron saint for broken families? The fool in me wanted to act out, but the bailiff had a face that looked nostalgic for Southern justice, and the contempt of court charge was not going to put the stars back into my sky, so I sat stoic. So silently, I could hear the tears pooling on my lapel. Swallowed pride and stolen joy have given me heartburn ever since. We both made mistakes. But I've always wanted to ask you, at what point did you forget that your daughter is my daughter too? So I love doing that poem because I don't have kids, so it doesn't really feel that bad.